think I'm going to need that much. Alrighty, friends out there, this is your host, ID Jester, back with some more National Pastime Next Generation Plus. This game is a game that happened on April 3rd, Monday, 2017. It was the Anaheim Angels versus the Oakland Athletics. So let's go ahead and read off the lineups to you. So batting first is Yanel Escobar. He's third baseman. And second will be Cole Calhoun in right field. Mike Trout at center field. Albert Pujols is the DH. CJ Cron is first baseman. Cameron Maybin is left field. Alderton Simmons, the shortstop. Danny Espinoza is second baseman. And the catcher, Martin Maldonado, for the Angels, will be batting ninth. Ladies and gentlemen, it's ID Jester and it's Robbie for the Oakland Athletics at home. Leading off, Rajai Davis in center field, Matt Joyce in right field, Ron Healy. The DH, Chris Davis is left field. Stephen Voigt is the catcher. Jed Lowry is the second baseman. Trevor Plouffe is third baseman. Yolander Alonso is the first baseman, and Marcus Semien is the shortstop. Pitching today for the Oakland A's will be Kendall Graveman. He's a -1 on steal attempts. Stephen Voigt is a -3, so it'll be a -4 to steal against Kevin Graveman. For the Los Angeles Angels, pitching today will be Ricky Nolasco. He's a 0. The catcher is a +3, so it's going to be a total of +3 against steals on Ricky Nolasco. All right, so let's go ahead and get things going. I want to try and get this game done in 45 minutes to show you guys that you can play a complete game in a reasonable short amount of time. So I'm just going to keep the scorecard to the side. We've got our play cards here. We've got our matchups here and here. The extra position players here, and of course our bunt and hit and run charts are here available to us as well. Now, if I had dice, we would be set, but I forgot to get the dice out. So, all right, so here we go. This is game number 2 of the National Pastime Next Generation Plus. It's going to be Kendall Graveman versus Yanel Escobar. So we're using the bases empty chart, and away we go. Boom, 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 boom. April 3rd, 2017. Boom. It's a 21. 21 is a hit. No, 21 is a 32, sorry. 21 is a 32. 32 is a... Well, let's look at Kendall Graveman. Kendall Graveman against right-handers is a K2. Against lefties is a K3. In this case, if it was a K6 to K9, it would have been a strikeout, but instead, it is a pop-out to right field. So an F9 and 1 down. Cole Calhoun is a 53. That's a 16. 16. We're going to check the error section of the center fielder. I do have all this written down now, so you can see in this column, we'll be able to check it out really quickly. Center fielder for your Oakland Athletics, Rajai Davis, is a error rating of 24. The 24 or less will be an error. It's a 54, no error on the play, so it'll be an out. It's going to be a pop fly to center field. That's an F8 as Rajai Davis makes the play, no problem. And we go on to Mike Trout. Mike Trout. Alrighty, 33 home runs on the season. No one on, 2 away, and it's a 33, which is a 5. 5 is going to be a double over first base. So Mike Trout with the first hit of the ball game. That is a double. by Mike Trout. We are going to be using the manager steals as opposed to on that. So we have a runner on second, so we got to switch over to that card. So Albert Pujols, the DH, comes up against Kendall Graveman. 1 on, 2 out. Is a 1-6. 1-6 is going to be a 28. The runner on second, 28 is the shortstop. Shortstop for Oakland is Marcus Semien. We need to check his ability range. He's got a range of 2. So out at first, runner moves to third. 6-3 put out. So 6-3 put out for Albert Pujols. And we got nothing going in the first inning. Mike Trout with the only hit of the game so far. We go in the bottom of the first, and Ricky Nolasco is the pitcher. Against right-handers, he's a Z2, K5. Against lefties, he has a rating of 15. Against right-handers, he has an error rating of 0. Versus lefties is a 15. He's a K1 and Z1 and a K2. Raji Davis, and so we are going back to bases empty here. Boom. That's a 25 for Raji Davis. 25 is an 11. 11 is single to left. Then it says batter steals second, but of course we're ignoring all that because we're using managerial decisions on the steal attempts. Raji Davis, you can see here, is a 21. If he was to steal against Ricky, his total was actually a +3, so we go to 24. But it is a leadoff single for Raji Davis. Don't think he's going to go anywhere. Bring it up, Matthew Joyce. Matthew the Joyce. I'm doing great, Robbie. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it, man. Showing some more of the National Pastime Next Generation Bus for you guys out there that might be interested in checking out this game. So we have a runner at first, Raji Davis, and Matthew Joyce. 63 is a 13. 13 we know is a strikeout unless he's a K1. He is not a K1. So that will be a strikeout by Nolasco. 1 out, 1 out. Ryan Heatley, first baseman, has a 1-6. That's a 28. 28 is going to be a check on the shortstop for the Angels. That's Adrilton Simmons. He's a error of 16, range of 2. So we're going to be looking at this here. And it's a 33, so no error on the plate and out. Out at first, runner to second. So a fielder's choice. So 2 away, runner at second, Raji Davis. So of course we switch over to the runner at second chart. Simple, simple. That brings up Chris Davis. Chris Davis hit 43 home runs for Oakland in 2017. 2 away here in the bottom of the first. That's a 54 is a 32. So 32 says right fielder. We're going to check the right fielder's range. Right fielder is going to be Cole Calhoun. He's a 21 R2. He's an R2. So in this case, he flies out, runner holds. It's not going to matter. It's going to be a third out anyways. So it's going to be to right field, so that's an F9. And we've been through 1 inning, and look at that. We're cruising right along already, going to the 2nd inning. That brings up C.J. Cron for the Angels. And he'll be facing off against Kendall Graveman. 42 is a 44. Again, we got to go back to bases empty. 44. 44 is a fly out to center. An F8. One away. Cameron Maben, Kendall Graveman for the A's. That is a 32. 32 is a 26. 26 is a 4-3 put out. Second baseman. 2 away. Adrilton Simmons. He's the shortstop. 4. Oh, did I? Good call, good call, good call. You asked me, did I check out that? So let's check that out because I'm an idiot and I forgot. But good thing somebody's here watching over me. Park factors for 2017. The park factor. We are playing in Oakland, so it's a park factor of 3. Good thing I will write that down on the sheet. It's going to be a park factor of 3. So good call there by Robbie in the chat. Thank you so much. All right, now that you guys seen that, we can get rid of that and go back to the game. So Alderton Simmons, 2 outs, no one on. Uh-oh, 1-1. That is usually bad. Alderton Simmons is got an H result. It's not an automatic home run, so we will roll again and look at the second column. If a 1 comes up on the second column, it will be a home run. Adrilton Simmons gets a hold of 1. 2-2. 2-2. Second column is a 1. And Adrilton Simmons goes yard as that one carries out of the park for a home run in the second inning. 2 outs and a home run. So Kendall Graveman giving up his first run of the season. Robbie says that's why I'm here. Of course that's why you're here. Danny Espinoza, bases clear, 2 away, and that is a 36. That's a 33 with bases empty. 33 bases empty. And he is a lefty. He's going to be batting left. So against lefties, he's a K3. In this case, K3, 5, 7, or 9 are a strikeout. So strikeout by Kendall Graveman to end the inning, but 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. Anaheim takes a 1-0 lead on the home run by Adrilton Simmons. We go on to the bottom of the second, cruising right along. I showed you this game can play quick. Dave Little, hey, how you doing, man? He got all of that one, says Dave Little. Great job on your live stream tonight. I am not a big basketball fan, but I'll tell you what, Dave Little makes a great call. He's got that announcer voice, which I wish I had, and he did a wonderful job. So check out Dave Little and his channel. Show some love and support for him. And like I said, I'm not even a big basketball fan, but I stayed and watched the whole game. It was very interesting the way he commentated on the whole thing. So good job to Dave Little, and hopefully we can start giving Dave some love and support on his channel over there. So we got Stephen Voigt. He is the catcher for the Oakland A's. We're in the bottom of the second, 1-0. 21 is a 32. 32 is going to be a fly out to right, and that's the pitcher is a K6 to K9 versus lefties. He's only a K2, so it's not a strikeout. It's going to be a fly ball to right field, and it's going to be an F9. Jed Lowry, second baseman, very good steal range. He's a 64, so if he gets on, he's probably going. That's a 61. 61 is a 36. So walk. Nolasco does not have a W rating, so we can ignore that. So it is a, what did I say? 61 is a 36. 36 is a fly out to left, unless the pitcher has a W3 or W4. As I mentioned, he does not have a W3 or W4. So it's going to be a fly out to left field, an F7, 2 away. Trevor Plouffe is up. He's also a pretty good stealer. He's got a 36 rating. Let's see if he can get on. That's his 46. 46 is a 24. And that's going to be a Again, just to double check, he is a K5 against righties. If he was a K6 to 9, it would have been a strikeout, but instead it's a ground ball to short. 6-3 put out, and we're through 2. Still 1-0 on the home run. Going to the 3rd inning. Martin Maldonado. He better have a W-2 or the IRS is going to be after him. Good one, Robbie. Good one. So Maldonado versus Kendall Graveman. Let me know what you guys think of this setup with the camera. Can you guys kind of see the cards? I forgot to ask during the first live stream, but can you guys kind of see everything? Is it focusing in okay? Just kind of give me an overview if I need to move stuff. Is it better if I move stuff up a little bit more or maybe down a little bit? I'm not sure. So just let me know in the chat when you guys get a chance. No problem. Maldonado versus Graveman. We're in the top of the 3rd inning, and it's a 22. 22 is an 8. 8. All right, he's either going to be a single or a line out, depending on if the pitcher's rating. So he's a right-hander. Right-handers, he's a 0. So he's going to give up the hit. No sense in worrying about that. So it's a hit to left field. So Maldonado with the single to lead things off in the 3rd inning. He is a 64, so we will take the steal attempt. Now, we are a total of -4 to steal. Graveman is let's just show you guys in case you're just joining us here. So Kendall Graveman is a -1, and Stephen Voigt is a -3, so you're going to subtract -4 against the Angels when you're trying to steal. So he is a 64, so that's actually going to drop him down to a 56. So he needs 56 or less, or he's thrown out of there. That is a 1-2, so Maldonado with the stolen base. Maldonado with the second base, with the stolen base, gets to 2nd. All right. Yanel Escobar. So, of course, we got to use our chart now for second base. Let's see here. I like the setup, says Robbie. Dave Little says it looks good, IDJ. All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys. Let me know. If you can read the cards. Can you see the little numbers? Is it still too far away? Can you kind of see that? Anyways, we got a runner at second. No one out here in the top of the 3rd inning. 1-0 Angels on the home run. That is a 14, is a 30. 30 with a runner at second is going to be a fly out. Runner holds. Just pop out to left. So that is going to be an F7. F7 by Escobar. First out, Cole Calhoun. Lefty-righty matchup this time. So against lefties is the 32. Kendall Graveman much better against lefties than right-handers. That is a 31 for Calhoun. That is a 14 with runner at second. 14. That is going to be a walk. So 2 on now, 1 out. So, of course, we need to go to the runners at first and second chart. Runners at first and second. One question I have is, where's your dice tower? I don't have the dice tower out because over here on the left, I'm using the score sheet. So I'm over here on the left. So that's where the dice tower was sitting. So for me, it would get in the way, and I have to have somewhere to write things down. So runners at first and second, 1 away. And due up is going to be none other than Mike Trout. Trout doubled in the first and was stranded at second. And he's a 53. That is a 15 runners at first and second. All right, so we're going to be looking at possible error on the left fielder. Left fielder is Chris Davis. He is a 0. So it will not be an error. Now we need to check his range. Left fielder has a range of 2, so we look under the 2 column, and it will not be an error, but it's going to be a single to left. 1 run scores. The other moves to second. So single to left. So a single by Mike Trout. He's 2 for 2 on the day, of course. Single to left. Coming around to score is Maldonado. And moving to second on the play will be Cole Calhoun. So runners at first and second again. As RBI for Mike Trout. RBI for Mike Trout. And Alderson Simmons with the RBI when he hit the home run so far. So 2-0 Angels. CJ Cron. 2 on. I'm sorry. What happened to, there we go, Albert Pujols. Sorry, Albert Pujols is up after Trout. I thought that was a little weird. Yeah, great job on Dave Little's video earlier. So Albert Pujols rolls a 1-3. That's going to be a 45. Runners at first and second, number 45. Fielder's choice. 1 runner out at second. Other runner moves to third. Batter safe at first. It's a hit back to the pitcher. And then it's going to be a 1-6 put out. So a 1, it's going to be a fielder's choice. He's going to make it to first. Out is second. Other runner goes to third. So moving to third is going to be Calhoun. Trout out at second. Trout out at second on the fielder's choice. So runners at first and third now. Runners at first and third, but there is 2 away now as Pujols stays out of the double play. Now that brings up CJ Cron, who flew out to center field his first time up. Yeah, look at who's here. Mr. Long-Haired Hippie Man. LHH. I love Beatles, though, man. He's awesome. 62 is a 44 with runners at first and third. 44. Out at first, all runners hold. It's a 5-3 put out. Not runners wouldn't have scored anyways. But that is 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. We go to the bottom of the third inning, 2-0 Angels. So due up, Yonder Alonso. Oh, you love me too. That's great. Yonder Alonso, Ricky Nolasco, 64. That's a 41, and of course we got to go back to the bases empty, 41. And this time we're going to be looking at an error on the second baseman. Second baseman for the Angels is Danny Espinoza. He is a 12 R2. So let's see. It's a 66. No problem with that play. Out at first. 4. Back to so it's a 4-3 put out. No other choice there. So 4-3 put out. No error. That brings up Marcus Semien. Marcus Semien, his first time up here in the third inning. As it's been not much going on so far except for Rajai Davis, only hit of the game so far for Oakland. Marcus Semien, 33 is a hit, so Marcus Semien's going to get a hit. We're going to look at the second column now. That's a 32 on the second column is an 11C. An 11C says it's a single to the left, but then he's thrown out stealing second on the next pitch, which again, we're going to ignore that because we're doing managerial duels. So that is going to be a single, a 2-out single here by Marcus Semien. He is only a 13 to steal. he would get a +3. So he'd go from a 13 to a 16, but I still don't think that's worth it. Bringing up Rajai Davis, led the game off with the double in the first for Oakland. Let's see if we can drive that run in. And of course, we are going to the runner on first chart. IDJ, you just wish I had hair like Beatles. Yeah, that's true. You should see my messed up hair, man. I got more colics in my hair than you could shake a stick at. Dave, if you ever broadcast real games, you're a natural. I agree. As I mentioned earlier, he's got that announcer voice. It's just like listening to somebody on the TV set. I'm telling you, he does a great job. All right, Rajai Davis, let's see if he can drive in that run. That is a 36. So 36 is a 33 with a runner on first. 33 is... Nolasco does not have a W rating, so that's good. And he's not high enough to get the strikeout, so it's going to be a pop-up to third to end the inning. So a P5 to end it. No, I'm sorry, that is only the second out. That is not the third out. Sorry. There was a 4-3 put out by Alonso. Marcus Semien got a single, and then Rajai Davis popped to third. So 2 away now. Still runner on first. Chart. Matt Joyce is due up, and he struck out in the first. 61. 61 is a 40 with a runner on first. Possible wild pitch. So Nolasco's wild pitch is a 1. So if it's a wild pitch 0 or a wild pitch 1, then out at first, runner moves to second. It's a pitcher over, so it's going to be a pitcher over to the first baseman. So it's going to be a 1-3 put out. So he doesn't have a high enough rating. What 40 represents is it's a wild pitch, and the runner is going to move to second unless the pitcher has a 0 or a 1 rating. So if you had a 2 or a 3 rating, you would have thrown the wild pitch. But in this case, a wild pitch of 0 or 1, which Ricky Nolasco is a wild pitch of 1, so he's got better control. So this is just going to be a 1-3 put out, and that will do the end of the inning. So 1 hit, no runs, no errors. We go to the fourth, still 2-0 Anaheim. All right, so that brings up Cameron Maybin. Cameron Maybin versus Kendall Graveman. Start of the fourth inning. Again, I'm trying to show you guys you can get this game done in like 30 to 45 minutes. Cameron Maybin, 51. 51 is a 10 with bases empty. A 10 is a single, so leadoff single by Cameron Maybin. He's only a 15. You would subtract 4. So he's got a very low chance, so he's not going to go anywhere. Andrelton Simmons, shortstop. Andrelton Simmons, he hit the home run in the second inning to give the Angels a 1-0 lead. 56. 56 is a 34, and of course we have to go to the runners on first. 56 is a 34. 34, we're going to be checking the first baseman for the Angels. First baseman is Alonso. He's a 26 R2. So we're going to check 26 or less. It will be an error. And it's a 32, so no error. So it will be an out. We'll look at Kendall Graveman, and Simmons is a righty. So versus right-handers, he's a K2. He needed a K3, a K5, K7, or a K9 for a strikeout. So it's not a strikeout. It's going to be a fly out to first. So a pop up to first with a runner at first. So it's a P3. 1 away. Danny Espinosa. Espinosa struck out in the second inning. 22. Excuse me. That's a 7 with a runner on first. I think that's going to be a check. It is. It's a check on the batter matchup. So he is going to be Kendall Graveman throws right. Espinoza bats both, so he's going to be batting from the left side. So versus lefties, 32 or less, it'll be an out. Otherwise, it'll be a single. And it is an out as 13 is rolled, 32 or less. So on the out at first, runner to second. It's going to be a 5-3 putout. Runner advances to second, though. 5-3 putout. Two away now, runner at second base. So of course, we go to the second runner at second chart. And we're ready to roll. Martin Maldonado, what did he do? He singled in to start off the third inning and ended up scoring 53 is a 20 down here. Possible error, second baseman. Second base is going to be Jed Lowry. He's a 13. So 13 or less will be an out. It's a 35. He is a second baseman is an R2, so you'll go to the R2 on the out column. Out at first, runner to third, but that's not going to matter. It's a 4-3 put out to end the inning. 4-3, second to first. So one hit, no runs, no errors. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It is 2-0 Anaheim. That brings up Ryan Heatley. He's facing off against Nick Norasco. So far, Norasco's given up just 2 hits through 3 innings. So Ryan Heatley, he was out on the fielder's choice in the first. That's a 1-3 for Heatley, and that's a 45. Again, base is empty, 45. We should know this one. That's going to be a 1-3 putout. Back to the pitcher. Little dribbler back to the pitcher. Chris Davis flew out to right field in the first. 63, that's a 13. Well, we know what 13s are. Those are strikeouts. Unless he has a K1, which he does not. So it's another strikeout for Ricky Nolasco. So still base is empty for Stephen Voigt. Stephen Voigt led off the second inning with a fly ball to right field. And we're cruising through the... 1-1. That is a hit. And what kind of hit is it going to be for Stephen Voigt? That's a 53. That's an 8. Second column. It's going to be a 6. That's a double. So a 2-out double. As that one finds the gap for Stephen Voigt. 64 on the steal attempt. But I think you actually subtract going up against Nolasco, and the catcher is a +3. Maldonado is a +3. He subtracts to go to third when you're not stealing. When you're not stealing second, when you're stealing third. We'll just leave him stay there as Jed Lowry, Ricky Nolasco. That's a 43. That's a 29. We have a runner on second now. Runner at second. That is a 29. Runner at second. 29. We're going to be checking the pitcher. So the pitcher in this case, Ricky Nolasco, he's a 31 R1. So 31 or less will be the error. It's 25. It will be an error on the pitcher. So error. First on an error, the pitcher drops the throw from the first baseman, runner to third. So on base with the E1. And moving to third on the play will be Stephen Voigt. So runners at the corners as Nolasco gives them another opportunity here. First and third, 2 away here. Big time for Trevor Plouffe. Trevor Plouffe. Al, Red Sox fan. Hope you're feeling better, Al. Hope everything's going okay. Hope everything's going okay. We haven't heard Al's wonderful voice in a while, so hoping everything's okay with him. So, wishing the best for you, my friend. Want to see you back in the saddle again sometime soon. Trevor Plouffe, runners at the corners. 2 away. That's a 61. That's going to be a 39 with runners at first and third. 39. We got to check the pass ball ratings. The pass ball rating. Unfortunately, I didn't write those down. I should probably do that. Pass ball rating is a 0 for Maldonado. So PB 0. PB 0. Pass ball of. All right, so he is a 0. So 39. Yes, 39. 30. Yes, it was a 6 and a 1. Sorry, hang on. We just double check. Yeah, 39. Okay. All right, strike. Runner picked off at first. Others hold. Catcher throws it down to the first baseman. Unless he has a pass ball of 2 or 3, then it is a pass ball and the run scores. So in this case, catcher to first baseman as he picks the runner off as he gets too far off the base. So that is going to be the third out as Jed Lowry out on the 2-3 put out. And that's going to do it. So Trevor Plouffe actually does not have, he's still up to bat going into the next inning. But that is 1 hit, 1 error, but no runs. 1, 2, 3, up. And that is unfortunate for the Oakland A's fans out there as that runner got picked off on a quick snap throw from Martin Maldonado, picked off Jed Lowry at first base. Oh, good. So Beatles Eternally says he has another PC set up now, so you can start doing more interactive streams and start doing some more stuff as well. So good to hear that. So we're going on to the 5th. Kendall Graveman against Escobar. Number 1 batter, 41 is a 24. Again, we go back to our bases empty chart. 41 is a 24. 24 is a 6-3 putout. 6-3 putout. Little ground ball to short. Simeon picks it up, fires it to first, and Alonso with the out. So 1 away. Cole Calhoun versus Graveman. That's a 65. 65 is a 35. 35 is going to be a foul out if the right-handed batter, no, he's a left-handed batter. So it's a foul out to the third baseman unless the pitcher is a wild pitch rating, I'm sorry, a walk rating. He does not have a walk rating, so that is going to be a foul out to third base. So P5 there for the second out. That brings up Mike Trout, 2 for 2 on the day, a double and a single. Trying to hit for the cycle in the first game of the season, Mr. Magical Mike Trout. That's a 42. That is going to be a 14 with bases empty, and we know 14s are walks unless Mike Trout is a right-hander, Graveman is a right-hander. So versus right-handers, he's a K2, not good enough. He needed to be a, he needed a Z rating, Z3, Z4. He's only a Z2. So not high enough Z rating on getting these strikeouts. So it is a walk. So Mike Trout, 3 for 3, up 3 times, walk or on base all 3 times. This time it was a walk. Mike Trout is only a 16 to steal. That brings up Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols grounded to short and fielder's choice in the 3rd inning. That's a 34. 34 is a 31. We have a runner on first. Runner at first, and we rolled a 34, which is a 31. 31 is going to be pop up to center field in F8. And that is 1, 2, 3 outs. Just wanted to make sure. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go on to the bottom of the 5th. Still 2-0 Angels. So Trevor Puth back up as his at bat never got completed. We're back to the bases empty chart. We've been going for about a half an hour now. So 62 is a 44. 44 is a pop fly to center field for Trevor Plouffe, F8. Yonder Alonso, 52 is a 27. 27 is a 5-3 put out unless he is a left-hander. He is only a K2. So, yep, it's going to be a, oh, shoot, what was that? 27 is a 5-3 put out because not high enough on the strikeouts. And Marcus Semien. Marcus Semien is 1 for 1 with the single in the 3rd inning. 2 away here. 14. 14 is a 30. Base is empty. It's going to be a pop fly to center field. So 2 lazy pop flies to center fielder, which happens to be Mike Trout in this game. And it's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Ricky Nolasco. So we move on to the 6th. Still 2-0. Kendall Graveman not pitching too bad a game. Gave up the 1 home run. And then the single fielder's choice, which scored the 2nd run. So C.J. Cron, 0 for 2 on the day. 61 is a 37. That's going to be a diving catch by the center fielder unless he is a W rating. He does not have a W 1, 2, 3, or 4. Otherwise, it would have been a pass. So great catch by the center fielder there. Center fielder is Rajay Davis. So top of the 6th inning, F8, and a beautiful play. We're going to underline that so we know it was a good defensive play. Cameron Maben. Oh, I do need to keep track of errors. So that was, let's see, it was an error on the Athletics. So I'm just going to mark a little thing. Okay. Cameron Maben, 1 out. Base is empty. 35 is a 13. Well, we all know what 13s are by now, guys. You should know that. That's a K. Unless the pitcher has a K1 result on his card, then instead it will be a ground ball out. So 2 away for Simmons here. Shortstop. That's a 16. 16 is a 24. Base is empty, 24. It's going to be a 6-3 put out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 2-0. Let's see if Oakland's offense can get on track here. Rajay Davis. Rajay's 1 for 2 in the game so far. Yeah, Beatles says we all miss you, Al, and we hope our hopes and prayers are for you. Yep, I agree. Good, well said by our good friend Beatles Eternally. Danny Rajay Davis, Nick Nolasco, 46. That's a 24. 24. That's going to be a 6-3 put out. 6-3. Ground ball to short. Matt Joyce, lefty. 64 is a 13. We know what 13s are, guys. 13s are strikeouts. So 2 away. Ryan Healy. Boom. 51. That is an 8. 8s are either going to be a single or an out. Narasco against right-handers. He's a 0. So you cannot get him out. So it's going to be a single. So a 2-out single by Ryan Healy. And he is a 64. He will try to steal. Oh, he rolls a 65, but fortunately for him, he's a 64, but you actually are going to be adding 3 to that because Nicky Nolasco is a 0, but Martin Maldonado is a +3, so you're actually going to add 3 to your results. So 64, the highest you can get is a 65. That's what he rolled. So just barely the quick tag, but it is a stolen base, believe it or not. Stolen base by Ryan Heatley. So he gets into scoring position with Chris Davis, K-H-R-I-S, Chris, K-H-R-I-S Davis. So 2 outs. We have now a runner on second here. Got to get our right chart here. Runner at second. That's a 16. That's a 24. 24 is going to be a pop-up to second. So a P4 to end it. Unfortunately for Oakland fans. Once again, strand a runner. 1 hit, no runs, no errors. We go to the 7th. Still 2-0. Graveman pitching a pretty decent game. We're back to bases empty again. Danny Espinoza 0 for 2 on the game. 24 is a 13. That will be a strikeout there. Swinging at the Nietzsche, as our good friend Stratomatic Delaware likes to say. Striking at the Nietzsche. Martin Maldonado, he's 1 for 2 with a single in the 3rd inning. Martin Maldonado. Uh-oh, that's a 6-6. 6-6 is a 1. It's going, it's carrying out of here, folks, and that one's a souvenir. 2nd home run given up by Kendall Graveman, and the Angels take a 3-0 lead on the home run. Yonel Escobar versus Graveman. 52 is a 27. Bases empty, 27. That's going to be, see, he is a right-hander versus right-handers only K2. So 27 will be a 5-3 putout. Escobar 5-3 for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 away now. Bases empty for Cole Calhoun, and that's Cole as in K-O-L-E. Oh no, it's a 1-1, but for Cole Calhoun, a 1-1 is a 6, which is a double. We know that now. We got those numbers down. If he does have a PHR of 0, if it's a first column 6 and the pitcher has a PHR 0, then it's going to be scored as a home run. But so fortunately he doesn't. But that is going to be a double by Cole Calhoun. A double. A 2-out double. Gets him into scoring position for the Magic Man, Mike Trout. Trout on the day. A single, a double, and a walk. Not a bad day at the ballpark. Dave Gardner, how you doing, my friend? 25 is an 8, and that's going to be either an out or a single. Trout is a right-hander. Graveman versus righties is a 0 rating, so cannot get him out, so it will be a hit. We have a, we got to look at runner at second. I almost looked at the wrong chart, so it's an 8. All right, it's going to be a hit, single over second, runner to third. If the runner is a G runner, which is a good runner, in this case, Cole Calhoun is an N, which is normal. So he moves to third. If he was a G, he would have scored. But he moves to third on the single by Mike Trout. So runners at the corners, first and third. 2 away here as Graveman trying to get through this 7th inning. 2 up is going to be Albert Pujols. And they might be making the call to the pen here. Might be making the call to the pen. Fortunately, I do have all the players that played in this game up on the top of the thing for us. So we have Sean Doolittle, Ryan Dole, Santiago Castillo, Ryan Madsen were all the pitchers that came in. Let's see who pitches well against right-handers. Well, let's see here. He's very good against lefties. He's just okay. Let me check the actual game log here. Looks like after Graveman it was Dole, and that's who I was going to put in. So Graveman's out. Coming into pitch is going to be Dole. Now Dole is a +2 on steal attempts. The catcher is a -3, so it's just going to be a -1 to steal on Anaheim with him pitching as opposed to the -4. But Ryan Dole, he's coming in the top of the 7th. To see if he can get this last out. So runners at the corners for Albert Pujols. Albert Pujols. All right, let's see. Albert Pujols on the day, 0 for 3, so he's due for a hit. Albert Pujols, Ryan Dole. That's a 21. That is a 13, and that is going to be a strikeout to end the inning. So good call by the manager to bring him in. Unless he's a K1, actually. He is actually a K6. Very good strikeout for Ryan Dole. He is a W3 against lefties. He's a Z2 versus righties. But he does the job here in the top of the 7th to get that last out, important last out. But that is going to be 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. As we go to the bottom of the 7th, 3-0. Nolasco. Let's see who is up. Voit, he's a lefty, a switch hitter, a righty, and then a lefty. Okay. We're going to leave him in here in the bottom of the 7th. Okay. Voit, 1 for 2 with a double in the 4th inning. 36, that's a 33. Again, bases empty, 33. Fly out to second unless he is a lefty, so he is a no. He does not have the high enough K against lefties, so it's going to be a P4. Pop up to second. Ted Lowry. Ted Lowry is flew out to left field in the 2nd, and then got on in the E1 in the 4th inning. Error on the pitcher. 64 is a 13. Well, we know that's a strike him out. So strikeout there. It brings up Trevor Plouffe, 2 away here in the 7th inning. 42 is a 45, and that's going to be 1-3. And nope, because it's his 3rd out. If there's 2 outs, instead it's a fly out to right field. So it's going to be an F9 to end it. 1-2-3 inning. And so far, Oakland's got nothing to show for all their time and effort in spring training. As they go to the 8th inning, still scoreless. 3 runs for the Angels, 0 runs for the Athletics. Ryan Dole will continue pitching against C.J. Cron. 35 is a 22, bases empty, 22. So we're going to be checking the error of the catcher. He's a 22 R1. Is Stephen Voigt 22? I'm sorry, 22. Yes, 22 R1. So 22 or less will be an error. It is a 34, so no error. It will be an out, and that's going to be a out at first 2-3 put out for C.J. Cron. Little nubber in front of the plate. Jumping out there is Voigt, picks it up, guns it down to first, 1 away. Cameron Maben. Cameron doing well. He's 1 for 3. Struck out last time up. That's a 21. That is a 32. We have a runner. Nope, we have no one on. So 21 is a 32, and that is going to be... actually, he is a K6 to K9, so in this case, it will be a strikeout. So a strikeout instead of the ground ball out by Ryan Dole. Alderton Simmons, he hit the home run in the second inning. Popped up to first base and then hit a ground ball to short. Alderton Simmons, that is a 62. That's a 45, and that's going to be, because there are 2 outs, it's going to be a pop fly to right. So an F9 to end it. So it's a 1-2-3 inning. And that's going to be it as they make the pitching change here going into the 8th inning. For the Athletics, we have Jose Alvarez. We have Bud Norris. We have R.C. Ramirez were the 3 pitchers that pitched in this game. So let's see who's coming up. We have a lefty, a righty, a righty, a lefty. Lefty, righty, righty, lefty. I think we're going to bring in Jose Alvarez. Let's see what did they do in the real game. They brought in Jose Alvarez, just like I would have planned them to do that. So they're as smart as I am. What can I say? So coming in to pitch for your Athletics here in the bottom of the 8th inning, Jose Alvarez. Jose Alvarez is a -3. So Jose Alvarez is a -3. The catcher is a +3, so it's a +0 against this combo if you want to try to steal. So bottom 8, let's see if Yonder Alonso can do anything to get his team motivated to win this game. Here we go. Yonder Alonso has a 53. 53 is a 19. 19 is going to be an error check on the third baseman. Third base is Yanol Escobar. He's a 26 R1. 26 R1, and that is a 32, so that would be an out. 5-3 put out. So 5-3, no error on the play. 1 out for Marcus Semien. Again, very not great against right-handers, but he's trying to get through to Matt Joyce. Let's see if he can get 4 batters. We'll see. Marcus Semien, 64. That's a 13. Well, we know what a 13 is. That's a strike him out unless he's got a K1 result, which he does not. So 2 away. That brings up Rajay Davis. 1 for 3, led the game off with a double. Since then, popped up to third and hit to short. Here we go. 64 is a 13, so back-to-back strikeouts by our good friend Jose Alvarez. And we go to the 9th, still 3-0. That was a 1-2-3 inning. And Espinoza is a switch hitter, then a righty, then a righty, then a lefty. So, 9th inning heroics here for the Santiago Castilla is going to come in. Santiago Castilla is going to come in here to pitch the ninth. N-T-I-A-G-O-S-I-L-L-A. He's a -3 and a -3 for Stephen Voigt, so -6 to steal on this combo. No chance of stealing against these guys. Well, I mean, there's always a chance, but lot worse chance. Let's just put it that way, right? Danny Espinoza, he is pretty good at stealing too. He's a 45, so that's why we wanted to get the pitcher in that can do some damage. So with a -6, the 45 would actually go to 35. That is a 21. That is a 13. It's not going to matter as he strikes out. Danny Espinoza strikes out for this third time in the game. He struck out in the second, grounded to third in the fourth, struck out in the seventh, and now struck out in the ninth. Let's put that one right there. Martin Maldonado, Santiago Castilla. That's a 26. That's a 24. Bases empty, 2-4. And let's see if his strikeout value is high enough. Against right-handers, he's a K5. 24, you need a K6 through K9 for a strikeout. That is going to be a shortstop to first base. 6-3 put out. And we go to the top of the lineup with 2 away here in the ninth inning. Yonel Escobar trying to keep things alive for the Angels. That is a 65. That's a 35, and that's not going to do it. He is a right-hander, so he popped up to first base, so it's a P3. And no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the ninth. 3-0 Angels. And yep, they're going to lefty-righty matchup to the death. So versus the lefty, Jose Alvarez will stay in the game. They're not worried about the save at this point. They're up 3-0. 1 run in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the seventh. And Matt Joyce is up. Lefty-lefty matchup. They could pull Joyce. They could pull Joyce if they needed to, if they wanted to get a better let me do some searching, shall we, and see. Oops, why is my live stream, is it not? Let me refresh this bad boy here. Hopefully it didn't kick me out. Hopefully not. Okay, looks like it's all right. So there is a possibility of a pinch hitter here, so we will take just a second as all the fans go and get their drinks. Who was it again? Good Lord, I have such a bad memory. Ben Revere. Ben Revere did come in and play in the game. Let's see if we can find Ben and see if he's a lefty or a righty. Ben Revere. Well, we know he's not in the pitcher section. I know that. Ben Revere. Where are you, Ben? I don't have a Ben Revere card. Unless I'm missing it somewhere. That's the pitchers that came in. Brazilis. Sominski, Nunez, Ponder, Powell, Kana, Maxwell, Garnier, Wendell, Laverway, Lamar, Barreto, Chapman, Olson, Bergman, Decker, Pagley, and that's it. Well, I don't have Ben Revere, so I guess he's not coming in. Matt Joyce is going to have to do it himself. 65 is a 35. 35, and he is a lefty. 35 lefty is going to be fine, pop out to third. Right. So it's going to be a P5, one away. And that'll be it for Jose Alvarez, as the lefties are now out of the game. So he can come over here. And we're going to be bringing in, well, looks like it's going to be Bud Norris here. It's going to try to get this. Bud Norris. He is a 0, +3 for Maldonado, so steal attempts will be a +3 on Bud Norris. He is coming in the ninth to face off against Ryan Healy. Ryan Healy, let's see, what has Ryan done? He is 1 for 3 with a single in the 6th and a stolen base. Ryan Healy to stay on there, see if he can get in his scoring position. I like to see the field so you can see who's on base. Also the score. Yeah, sorry. I don't have enough room for the charts, and I want to try and show people the charts and the cards. So I'll see if I can work on a better setup maybe for you, Dave. So Ryan Healy, Bud Norris, away we go. Oh, it's a 1-2. So that is going to be a 1-2. I thought it was a 1-1 for a second. That is a 25. Bases empty, 25. That's going to be a 4-3 putout unless he struck him out. Against right-handers, he's a K5. Yep, that is a strikeout. He's got a high enough K value. So two-way, leaving up Chris Davis for the Oakland Athletics. Last chance here, Bud Norris, Chris Davis. That's a 3 is a 6. 6 is actually a double, I believe. 6 is a double. Actually, hang on a second. Hang on. Don't get, it's a double, right? But if the pitcher, if this is a first column 6 and the pitcher has a PHR of 0, against right-handers, Bud Norris does have a PHR of 0. In that case, you scored as a 1, which is a home run. So Chris Davis goes yard here. It's the first column 6. The pitcher has a PHR of 0. PHR against right-handers is a 0. So he does give up more home runs than doubles. So Chris Davis with the home run, and the A's are still alive. Only down 2. Stephen Voigt. Davis goes yard. Yes, sir. Dave Whittle. Stephen Voigt, you're not going to take him out to pinch hit. Only batted .217, though. He is a left-hander. That's the problem. He is a left-hander, and Bud Norris is very good. He's a 54 against lefties. So if it comes down to a matchup of the pitcher, he will definitely get the lefty out. But then again, you'd have to put in your backup catcher. Let's see who the backup catcher is for Oakland. Center field, no, that's not it. Center field catcher, Bruce Maxwell. He is a lefty as well, so that doesn't help. Let's see. There's also Dustin Dustin Ganau. He's a right-hander, but he only batted .159. Oh, good Lord. There's Ryan Lavenway. He's a right-hander. He batted .273. No, I think we're just going to leave Stephen Voigt in there. The Angels didn't make many changes, so I'm not gonna. If it comes down and we really need somebody, I will do it. But they can't get 2 runs with no one on, so they have to get a runner on first. So Bud Norris trying to close this game out. There is 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Stephen Voigt got a 36 combo. 36 is a 33, and that's going to do it, I think. 33, yep. That's going to be a pop-up behind the plate. The catcher throws off the mask. He tracks it down, and that is a P2 out. And that's going to do it here. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. And we have a final here in Oakland. So the Anaheim Angels come to Oakland here in April 3rd, 2017. They scored 3 runs. How many hits did they have? They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. So 3 runs and 8 hits, and they did commit an error. The error was on the catcher. The Oakland Athletics, not very powerhouse today. 1 run on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. 1 run and 5 hits and no errors. So your final here. Anaheim Angels, 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. The Oakland Athletics, 1 run, 5 hits, no errors. And Anaheim takes this one 3-1. And we got that done in a little bit over an hour, but I did a little intro when we first started. So you can take off, a few minutes for that. I'm thinking, once you're pretty proficient in this, you can get games done in 30 to 40 minutes. When you're not stopping to talk and you have everything ready to go, I think you can do this rather quickly. It's pretty good. I like it. So Robbie says, nice game. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the game ID. Take care, everyone. All right, Al, I hope you feel better, my friend. Get well soon. I know Al is definitely not feeling good if he's not on his live stream. It's one of the things he loves to do, and if he's not doing what he loves, I know he's got to be feeling pretty bad. So we're hoping for the best. In the in the actual game, Anaheim Oakland won 4-2. Anaheim had 2 runs on 7 hits, and Oakland had 4 runs on 9 hits. So that was the stat line there. So, yep, hopefully you all enjoyed game number 2 that we've done here for National Pastime Next Generation Plus. Quick, easy games. Very nice. And hopefully we'll be able to bring you another one soon. So I want to thank everyone for coming out, spending a little bit of time tonight with me. Of course, Dave Little. And, of course, Dave Gardner, Al Red Sox fan, Beatles eternally. Y'all great. I love you guys so much. Thanks for coming by. And if I missed anybody else, I apologize for that. But we'll see everyone next time. All righty? You guys have a great night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more National Pastime Next Generation Plus. Till then, thanks for coming.